For a long time, we've thought about artificial intelligence as just another tool, right? Something to make a process a little faster or automate a tedious task. But what if that's a completely outdated way of looking at it? Because right now, AI is making a massive leap from being a simple tool to becoming a genuine co-creator in how we build software. And honestly, this shift is creating a competitive edge that you just can't afford to ignore.
Look, this isn't just another buzzword or some passing tech trend. When you hear serious industry analysts making comparisons to the steam engine, to electricity, you know something fundamental is changing. This isn't just a new feature we're adding, it's a whole new foundation for how we create, period. And for any leader out there, this isn't some far-off prediction, it's happening right now.
And if you need a number to really drive home the urgency, here it is. The global AI market is projected to absolutely explode, hitting over $1.8 trillion by 2030. That's a growth rate of almost 36% every single year. The data doesn't lie. 9 out of 10 organizations already see AI as essential to staying in the game. So sitting on the sidelines, that's not an option anymore. It's a massive strategic risk.
Okay, so what does this all actually look like day to day? Well, the best way to think about AI's role isn't as a replacement for your talented developers, but as a co-creator that makes them even better. The real goal here is to free your developers from the routine, mind-numbing work so they can stop being just code producers and evolve into strategic system thinkers.
You can probably guess that this new kind of partnership requires a totally new way of working. We're not just trying to speed up the old familiar software development lifecycle, the SDLC. No, we are completely reinventing it from the ground up, creating an entirely new blueprint for how we build things.
So just look at this comparison. On the left, you've got the old way, a rigid, one-way street from an idea to a finished product. Information just flows in one direction, and that's it. But look at the right. The AI-driven model completely transforms us into an intelligent, continuous feedback loop. Now, insights from one phase can instantly supercharge another. Imagine this. AI can analyze user complaints from a live product and then automatically suggest new, data-proven requirements for the next version. It's a system that gets smarter with every single cycle.
And this isn't just a high-level idea. It's happening in every single phase. In planning, AI takes you from educated guesses to razor-sharp precision by analyzing thousands of customer reviews. In the design phase, it can simulate how a system will perform under stress before you've even written a single line of code. And for maintenance, it shifts your team from being reactive firefighters to proactive problem solvers, spotting trouble long before your users ever do.
Okay, that all sounds absolutely incredible. Almost too good to be true, right? We've all heard the hype. So what's the actual reality on the ground when it comes to productivity? Well, the numbers tell a much more complex and, frankly, more interesting story than you might think. Let's dig in.
This is the stat that grabbed everyone's attention. A huge study from GitHub found that developers using an AI assistant like Copilot finished a specific, well-defined coding task a mind-blowing 55% faster. I mean, that kind of speed up is a game changer for getting products to market and keeping your developers happy. And for a while, this was the whole story.
But then, more research started to trickle in, and this slide perfectly illustrates what we're now calling the productivity paradox. A different, more recent study looked at experienced developers tackling really complex bugs in massive code bases. And the result? Using AI actually made them 19% slower. So, what on earth is going on here?
Well, the culprit is rework. AI is incredibly fast at generating code, but that code is often subtly wrong. In fact, a whopping 2/3 of developers say their number one frustration is dealing with these almost right but not quite solutions from AI. All the time you save on the front end just gets completely wiped out by the time you spend debugging and fixing those sneaky little errors. So here's the crucial takeaway. If you're only thinking about AI as a way to do the same old things faster, you're missing the point. The real return on investment, the real win, comes from letting AI handle all the boring, repetitive work to free up your best, most expensive talent. Let them focus on the complex, strategic, and innovative challenges that actually make your business stand out. Okay, so let's say you're on board with the bigger strategy. But adopting AI isn't just a walk in the park. To succeed, you have to navigate this gauntlet of really critical risks. We're talking everything from security and intellectual property to the quality of your code itself. This matrix breaks down the main risk categories. For security, an AI tool might suggest code that has hidden vulnerabilities. With intellectual property, It could pull in code from a project with a restrictive license, creating a legal nightmare for you down the road. And then there's the risk that your overall code quality goes down, or even that your team's core skills start to fade. For every single one of these, you need a clear plan, like treating all AI-generated code as untrusted until a human has rigorously reviewed it.
And get this, there's a whole new class of bug we need to be aware of now: probabilistic defects. See, a traditional bug is predictable, it's reproducible. But an AI-generated error can be subtle and totally random. It might work perfectly 99 times in a row, but then fail out of the blue because of some tiny, imperceptible change in context. This means we need a whole new philosophy for quality assurance.
All right, we've seen the incredible promise, the confusing paradox, and the serious perils. So how do you actually lead this change effectively? The solution is a clear, actionable playbook that any executive can use.
Success really rests on 4 main pillars. First up, governance has to come from the top. This is a core business strategy, not some side project for the IT department. Second, you have to build a solid, secure data foundation. Your AI is only ever as good as the data it learns from. Third, you've got to transform your talent by investing in new skills. And finally, you have to execute with an agile mindset. Start small, learn as fast as you can, and keep iterating.
And in the end, it all comes back to this one core message. This whole transformation isn't about automation just for the sake of it. It's not about replacing people. The true power of AI lies in its incredible ability to augment human ingenuity, to handle the drudgery so that your teams can step up and be the architects and innovators of whatever comes next.
And that leaves us with one final, pretty provocative thought. For decades, the most fundamental act of creation in the software world has been writing code. But as AI takes over more and more of that job, it forces us to ask a really profound question. When AI can build a code, what will humans build next?